back to Slay the Stars in episode 47. Last time, we saw the aftermath of the attack on Rina's party. Rina was abducted by a monk and Istin, who seems to be complicit in whatever plot is happening. Rafe and Zem together managed to beat Varys, one of the keepers from the garden. We sadly lost Reg, and Del and Zuvi are unaccounted for. A siren has sounded throughout Annenfell. The king is dead. Char and Zem have created an uneasy alliance with Alias, the strange woman who claims to work for Adria. They're now trying to figure out their next move. The two of you are standing in the hallway of the White Dove Inn. What is your next move?
This is after we've cried a lot, right?
Yeah.
And we've thrown up and panicked and...
You could do all those things.
I mean, I would preferably wait until Elias is back.
Alias?
Yeah, if she comes back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get the name right no matter how many times I try.
Rafe has gone. I mean, he has an arm around Zamira because Zamira is really struggling in this moment. But he's gone stone-faced, and you can tell he's thinking. And he says, all right, we only have a few options here. We either go confront Dalius and whoever else is there now. I'm assuming that's where they're taking Rina, or we leave. That's it.
If we leave, where do you... Are you saying we disappear? Like we run?
What other option do you have?
I'm not giving this up as a fight. Like I'm not...
Okay. What do you want to do then?
I'm not saying we need to run after them and fight right now, but I'm not giving up overall. I just want to make sure you understand I'm not running, but regrouping, I think we need to do.
I would agree. I think that charging into this fight is foolhardy, and we would probably get ourselves killed.
Do you think that the monks and Dalius are working together currently?
I do. I've had my suspicions for quite a long time about this.
How many keepers do you think were there?
2, based on how well they fought. Honestly, the fight between that man and myself could have gone either way.
And so, are any of them, is anybody else dead?
From the party, or?
That we know.
I don't know who all you know, but there are a lot of people dead. That the courtyard is littered with bodies.
Did you happen to see a dwarf and a goblin?
I mean, it's hard to say. I wasn't looking specifically. I had my eyes on one person, and it was strange. Clearly, that was no creature. It was some sort of spell effect because it just stopped.
What do you mean?
1 minute, I was fighting my way to get to Reg to try to help him. And the next minute, it was over. The attack stopped, almost like somebody flipped a switch and it was done.
That's really weird.
Well, I mean, spells require somebody to concentrate on them. Some do.
I guess what I mean is it's weird that they... I guess they weren't looking to kill us all. Just keep us from pursuing them.
Seems it was a distraction. They got what they wanted, Rina, and they pulled the guards away from the palace.
Do you think they wanted Rina dead?
No, I think if they wanted her dead, she'd be dead and accounted for.
Yeah, they wouldn't have wasted time. They're too good. Shit.
Well, I fear that they are going for the ship, the
Yes.
airship.
I would suspect that as well.
Part of me wants to destroy it so that they can't have it.
Does that mean they have the orb here now?
I don't think so. They would have,
Well,
but maybe.
The ship is powered by the orb.
Oh no. I don't know. Like, how do we confirm? If we get too close, they're gonna know we're there.
How much spell power do you have left?
Like a decent amount.
You can always ask.
I need 5 minutes
Okay.
alone.
Oh. Like with okay.
Alone, like with us there, right? You know, you can't be alone, right?
I mean, in this room, just right here, with you on the other side of the door.
Hold on. He goes in the room. He checks the whole room. Investigation check. He does a pretty thorough job.
Guidance. +4.
He comes back out and he's like, do whatever you have to do. But at 5 minutes, I'm opening this door no matter what's happening inside.
Okay, so I'm gonna do augury, but I don't want anyone but you to know what I'm doing, so I'm going to message you.
Oh.
Oh yeah, midnight.
No, I'm not messaging Rafe, I'm messaging Leah.
I'm like, sneaky. I'll just step away. If that's the case, Char is going to go downstairs and grab a bottle of wine.
Okay. The people downstairs, when you get down there and ask for a bottle of wine, they're just like right now? You want to?
Do you have anything harder than that?
I mean, yeah, we have some like whiskey and stuff.
That.
You like Orcish whiskey?
Yeah.
All right.
Char's unfazed.
Well, yeah, I mean, you guys got a taste for it and more bail.
Not you guys.
It's also a ceremonial thing too.
So they get behind the counter, they pull out a bottle, and they're like, "This stuff is pretty rot gut. It's just a, 5 silver for the whole bottle."
Works for me.
All right. Hands it over to you. Zem.
Yeah, so I think when I go into the room, which is fairly empty now, still in my dress, I'm going to, if there's any lights, extinguish them. I'm going to sit in the middle of the floor. I'm going to take 2 whole minutes to try and clear my mind as much as possible, and then 1 minute to envision the whole scene from now until the point that I told you.
I would like for you to just roll me a charisma check.
That's an 18.
Fuck yeah, boy.
So, as you are trying to envision this and you're trying to see how this plays out, in every scene, I don't want to be too descriptive because I don't want to give it away, but in every scene, you see things getting worse. The overwhelming feel of dread that you have just keeps growing and growing. You can feel your heart rate accelerating. You actually start to get a little short of breath until you get to the moment that you asked about. And it just sort of cuts off. And you have that like going over a steep hill feeling
Mm-hmm.
in the pit of your stomach. And everything about that course of action leads you to believe that might not turn out super well.
Okay. So I have 2 more minutes, and this is a 1 minute casting time.
Okay.
2 more minutes, right? 1, 2, 2. Yes, because that was casting. Okay. So then I'm instead going to focus specifically on like Rafe and Char together
Mhm.
and staying like that course.
Like staying with them?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You start focusing on that, traveling with Char and Rafe, and you're a little unsure where that course leads. And you still have that feeling of dread. It's not as strong, but it leads you to believe that neither of your paths is easy.
So the first one was woe, and the second one is wheel and woe.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And that's probably the 5-minute mark.
Yeah, just as you're finishing that and you kind of nod to yourself, the door just like opens. Rafe looks in. You okay?
Imagine that, like, my back was to the door, and I'm like, yes. Like,
With the dress too, just like
yeah.
Char, when you were out in the hallway with him, he was just standing there, like looking at his watch
an impatient child.
with his hand on the door. If you try to talk to him, he'd be like,
I mean, literally, Char's just gonna say under his breath in Orcish, like the to life, to death, to battle, to glory, and then take a swig.
yeah. So whenever you do stand up, you come out, you see Char has a bottle of that horrible Orcish whiskey.
He shakes a little bit.
For him.
He walks in, hands you the bottle.
I'll take a swig.
It's just as bad as you remember.
Gross.
Rafe's like, so what did you decide, Samira? Are we going?
We're not going. We're going, but we're leaving this building is what I'm stuttering around trying to say. We need to get out of here.
Yes.
But I think that we need to make some provisions before we leave here, and I'm not exactly certain where we go first. And then, like, to Char, so I feel like we can use all the friends we can get, and headmistress Ristos is potentially in some danger. And the last place we knew she was Morbale. Since we have to go south anyway, maybe we swing by there.
Okay. If that's where you think would be the best, then
Yeah, I'll try to divine more about that, but I think that if she's in trouble and we can help her and we can get her on our side, I mean, she's already a friend, but if we can get her on our side, I think that would be beneficial.
okay. Well, we got potentially 2 allies ready to go, so 3. He's gonna, the injector dagger that was given to him. He's gonna pull out the potion that affects magic users if hit with it. He's going to hand them both to Rafe. If you run into Dahlia's,
He takes it.
Rip his head straight off.
that should keep him from using magic.
I mean, ripping his head off with his magic was already going to be easy enough. This will be child's play.
You know what's funny is, like, for a heartbeat, I was like, what if he stabs me with it? Fooled you.
So you don't want to go to the ship. I'm not going to lie. It's a better plan, but I was kind of hoping you wanted to be reckless.
Oh, I want to be reckless. But I think we've lost enough tonight.
You're right.
And you? Do you need to get back to... God damn it. Ocean Guard?
I'll at least get you as far as Morbale. I have other things that I need to take care of, and I think that sticking together for too long, as nice as that would be a problem. Larger parties are easier to track.
Do your men outside have horses?
They do.
Oh man, your men outside, I hope they're all right.
They can take care of themselves. And I don't think we should go on foot. They have means of transportation here, magically. We don't have Rina, so that will make it difficult, but Zamira, you said you have a magical tutor. Perhaps he could help us get.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got an apartment. I'm not exactly sure where it is, but could probably figure that out with.
And he left the party early to be with his cats. So he's probably still alive.
You heard him say that?
No, that was Leah.
Because that would be hilarious. That little, derisive, uh-huh.
Seems like a fucking nerd.
Get wrecked.
His name was, I can't remember his name.
Who, Eravon?
Eravon.
Yeah, so if we could get them to help us, they could send us directly to Morbale, and that would cut down on a week plus of travel.
Did you go through Morbale on your way here?
I didn't. I just sort of ran here quickly. No stops. I wasn't kidding about not sleeping for 3 days. I'm very tired.
How is that even possible?
There's a lot of things that are possible that you don't know yet.
Oh, well,
I told you, we have many conversations to have. Unfortunately, without a long travel, then we probably won't have as much time to talk about them, but we'll find time. We need to figure out, and just as he's saying about that, you hear this sound that sounds like a cannon going off far away from you.
it's time to go.
Rush over to the window.
You rush over to the window and watch, and you see in the center of town, and now the building you're in is only 2 floors, so you don't have a high vantage point. However, the thing that's happening is rising above the buildings, and you see the airship ascending. At the same moment, Zamira, you get a message in your mind. I'm sad that you didn't choose to come with me. We still need you. If you want Rina returned to her home safe and sound, you'll find a way to meet up with me. And it's from Dalius.
Really? I thought it was from Dale.
Well, I needed to be more specific.
I'm having a hard time coming up with a response that isn't simply get wrecked.
Sam, you good?
I'm just gonna hold up a finger and let me formulate my response.
While she's writing that. So, Char, you probably have the best vantage point of this. As you're watching this thing that looks, for all intents and purposes, like a pirate galleon with no sails, rising above the city, you start to see people rushing out into the street. And some of them are kind of cheering. This is what they've been hoping for so long, that this thing was actually going to work. Others are confused and pointing. You see, like, there are kids out in the street, like, mommy, look at this thing. And you also hear, like, alarm bells ringing everywhere because there are guards being alerted to this thing that's happening. But nobody is sure what to do. No spells are cast, no weapons are used. And you watch as this giant ship slowly and then faster starts to fly off in a southerly direction away from Annenfell.
Oh, shit.
I'm sad you have made the choices you have made, so I guess we're both disappointed. It's not too late to do the right thing.
You get another response back at that. It is foolish for you to think that only you know what the right thing is. Find a way to meet me. It's not too late for you to come along.
Shar's gonna hold on to his pendant and just kind of like, Eravon, can you guide us?
You get like a warm sensation from it. Not a lot of other response. However, it's in this moment, Char, that you start to think like, man, Alias is taking a long time to come back.
I'm going to turn around. Is she there?
Nope. Although Rafe is standing behind you, just like staring at the ship, and he's like, I don't know. What have you gotten me into? This is more than I expected.
I didn't do that. He's pointing towards the ship.
I mean, I'm just saying ships didn't fly before I met the two of you.
I can't argue with that. Does that mean they're all gone?
I imagine they're all on that ship. Can you fly?
No. Can you?
No. You both narrow your eyes at each other. Because maybe you're both lying a little bit.
I can't fly. I picked the one that couldn't.
Yeah. But like I picture Char being like, I don't think so. And Rafe's like, I mean, like a little, but not enough. Not enough to catch up to that ship.
I can fly for a moment. It drops from the sky. Sneak attack. Okay, so they have to be going to one of, I don't know, 3 places? Celium, Salt Spire, or the Garden, right?
Yes, the garden's the closest.
It'd also be a hell of a lot easier to hide a ship there. Hide.
It would be. They already have a whole contingent of people there to protect it. How do we know the orb's actually there, though?
That was what they used as the power supply, supposedly.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel right.
What do you mean?
Like they stole it, took it away, and then brought it back. That feels weird. What if the orb wasn't to make it fly? What if the orb was for something else and they could make it fly otherwise?
You know who would know?
Istin, he's up there.
I meant Erevan, but they're gone.
Zem, what are you responding with?
That may be, but I know you're not thinking clearly. Power without purpose is a waste. You can be better than this. Do better.
You do not get a response after that. But you do hear Char and Rafe having a ridiculous conversation.
No, I can't fly.
That's okay. We can't all fly.
The problem is, though, that Istin has a way to track anybody.
And I gave it to him.
Why would you do that?
She gave him the idea, not the actual form.
But he certainly doesn't have a way to track you, right? You didn't like give him your hair or blood or anything like that, right?
No.
I didn't. He asked for it. I didn't.
Okay, good.
Is that how you track us?
Oh, yes.
Did you take our hair or blood? I don't remember.
No, the ring.
Oh.
That's why it has all those spikes.
I went like this. You just couldn't see me. Like I was.
Oh, I didn't see it. So not only do we have to contend with that, we have to also contend with him potentially knowing where we are because it worked. He tried our hair. It showed up on his map.
Wait, so you did give him your hair?
It destroys
was destroyed.
You're sure he only took that one piece?
I watched what he yanked.
All right. You don't like shed a lot either, right?
Char screams internally.
I mean, my hair's always in a braid, so even if I did.
Okay, good. Okay. I just have to say, when I said that I was looking for excitement, when I brought you into my organization, I didn't mean this. This is a lot more than I had planned for.
You think we meant this?
I didn't want the whole ass end of the world!
Okay, what are we doing next? So we're going to Morbale. We need to get to the Elenis Denome. We need to get through the teleportation. That's all we need. Correct? Are we going tonight or tomorrow? I've I'm fine.
I can bandage up anybody that needs it, but we're waiting for 2 more.
My health is fine. My spell slots are starting to run a little thin.
We don't want to just show up in Morbale with no firepower. It would be a horrible idea. But we only have a few hours until daylight anyway. We should probably try to sleep and leave first thing in the morning. Not here. We'll just go somewhere else.
Do you think they'd be looking for us in a library?
They definitely wouldn't be looking for us at Erevan's place.
If we could find him.
Locating spell? You didn't give it to me, though.
Charlotte turns in a direction. Does it turn warm or cold in a particular direction?
Roll me a wisdom check. Knowing that this is a high DC.
It's not going to be probably high enough, but it's going to be pretty high. 19?
Okay. Unfortunately, that is not enough. You do not sense him
Got it. I'm just fucking with you.
in any direction.
There was the hoping. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so
What if we just get a room at an inn closer to the school, and then we go to the school first thing in the morning when we know Erevan should be there, although with everything that happened tonight, he might not be, but we could at least find somebody who could tell us where he is.
That's a good idea.
Okay, let's get all your stuff.
Char's changed clothes at this point.
Yes, you should change as well. I mean,
Fine.
you are lovely. I would love to see you wear that all the time.
Slowly sneaks out the door and closes it quietly. Like
You draw attention. We need less attention.
I have to leave all these beautiful dresses and things behind.
No, just put them in the bag.
Yeah, just pick a couple, put them in the bag. It's fine.
Char screams from beyond the door.
So I'll get changed and I'll grab things.
Okay. All right. You do that. You take some time. You pack things up.
Ugh. I just realized what room I'm in.
Rafe comes over to you, Char, and is like, I need you to just distract her for just like 10 minutes.
I'm bad at that.
No,
I'll try.
In my mind, he comes over and he's like, doing like a
That was literally...
No, but I need to take care of Reg, and I don't think she should be there.
What, are you going to eat him?
No.
Yeah. We're waiting on some people anyway, so
Yeah,
that'll work.
Just take her down to the lobby, tell her you're waiting down there, whatever. Rafe's like, I'm going to go change too. And he goes into the room and shuts the
He
door.
has to be more charismatic than that.
He's panicked. What did he roll on that
Hilarious.
one? Okay.
I didn't roll anything. Let's roll it. That's a natural 20. He does the exact opposite of what I just did. He's like, allow me to go change for a moment. And then he just walks into the room.
Let me put on something more comfortable.
More comfortable, yes.
I would just like to point out that I did not, in fact, make him leave when I changed, but all right.
Yeah, why do you think Char left at that point? He's like, nope.
Yeah, I know.
But no, nothing came of it.
It didn't even dawn on me that that's what was happening in the moment.
Oh, but because that wasn't happening in the moment. It just,
No, I know, but
Everybody's missing cues today.
I missed it. I'm sorry.
God damn it!
I'm bad at this game.
Fuck!
So the two of you go downstairs. Zem, Char keeps distracting you, going like, look at me, and jumping around and doing weird stuff. And it's very obvious to you that he's trying to distract you.
So, like, what exactly is he up to?
Trying to make you feel better. Just jazz hands.
Making you feel better. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right.
All right. But eventually, Rafe comes back downstairs. He goes over to the front desk and says something, and the person kind of and Rafe's like, and Zem, roll me an Arcana check.
23?
Jesus.
So
We've rolled really high when it doesn't matter.
you watch this person's face. They look like they're about to scream something, or they're very taken aback by something that Rafe says. And then there's this pause, and their face relaxes, and they calm down for a moment. And then he speaks to them very quietly, very gently, and they just sort of nod and smile at him. And then he comes back over to you. You know the spell charm person. He didn't cast that.
Dominate.
And he walks back over to the two of you.
See, I've got jokes.
He's like, okay, let's go. We'll find another place. Just keep your eyes open. We don't know who is still in the city. For all we know, they could have left behind people to look for the two of you.
Okay. Char puts on his new cloak.
So, don't be mad at me, but you mean like this, and then I'm gonna
Char takes
use
a step back.
my invisibility and go invisible.
He's just like, up. What?
And then I'll grab his hand, hold his hand.
So Char.
The irony is he's scared easily.
Char's like, not again. And Rafe sort of squeezes your hand, Zem, and he's like,
Also goes
trick.
invisible.
Yeah.
Char's all out.
He's like, that is an impressive trick. You know what? I like it better this way.
I'm gonna lean up and whisper in his ear, and I'm just gonna say, I told you there's things you don't know about me.
He's like, okay, let's go. Let's find a place. Let's sleep. You both look tired. And the two of you.
I don't look like anything.
Well, you don't look like anything, but you did look kind of tired.
Oh, I did that when we were outside, by the way, not right in front of that person.
That would make sense.
Okay.
But I need you both to roll me perception checks for while you are on your way.
As per usual.
Elias still hasn't returned?
Oh, sorry. We totally forgot that part. Alias and Reese never show up.
Fuck. Oh.
I rolled that twice. I don't know why. Both times it was an 8.
26.
Two of you walk out into the street, and there are still people standing around talking. And you hear any of the excitement has sort of faded, and worry is now. They're like, something happened at the palace. The ship is gone. The guards are nowhere to be found. What is happening? That's the general consensus you're getting. And when you step out into the street, you don't see Reese and you don't see Alias.
Do I see any guards anywhere?
No, you don't see any guards anywhere right now.
I'm gonna pop a detect magic while we walk.
Okay. You use detect magic. You're not detecting anything that was not otherwise already obvious. Are you still going directly to a new hotel, or are you going to the barracks?
I kind of want to go to the barracks.
Following their lead.
When you tell Rafe that you want to go to the barracks instead, he's like, I think that is not necessarily the best idea, because it's just another chance for us to be caught. Is this really that important to you?
Yeah. I gave my word. It has to mean something.
All right, let's go. Let's make it fast, though. You stay invisible.
I actually don't know how long I can do that for.
It's an hour.
Yep.
He's not going to let go of your hand, though, so he knows where you are.
It's just a piggyback the entire
Yeah,
way.
that's why.
Yeah, that's why. It's solely for protection reason.
Right.
Yes.
Zem is floating the entire way.
If you could see my face.
As you get to the guard barracks, there is nobody standing out front, and you walk in the front door, and there is nobody at the desk.
Nothing.
Not at first.
I'm going to try to be very quiet if I can.
Everybody roll me stealth checks.
You have advantage because you're invisible.
Do I?
Yeah.
Sure.
9.
18.
Rafe and Zem are so quiet. Char, you're being fairly quiet until you step behind the desk and you see the female guard who was on duty there, dead, stabbed through the chest.
Oh. Does the knife look familiar, or is it just pretty nondescript?
There's no knife left behind. Roll me a medicine check.
Shit. 12. Like I said, I don't roll high when it matters.
This wound was not created by a normal blade. That's all you get with a 12.
I mean, I'm going towards the cell.
You open the door, you head through the offices. There's nobody there. You're assuming the rest of the guards have been out in the city doing whatever. You go to walk to the back where you actually get into the jail area, and you notice that the door is ajar. It's not shut.
Reese.
There's no answer.
Does it look like it was picked, opened, or normally opened?
No, as a matter of fact, it looks like it was forced open.
Is there anything I can tell from the ground? I don't know.
No. You push the door open to the back of the cells, and you see Reese laying on the floor of the cell, dead.
I'm going to check the body.
Still warm. Probably didn't happen that long ago. She has a matching wound to the one that the guard at the front had.
That slut.
I'm going to grab the necklace.
It's gone.
It is.
It is.
Does she have anything on her? Like a note that was left behind or anything?
One of you, roll me an investigation check.
Did I go back there?
It's up to you. Did you go back there?
Would Rafe have let me go back there?
I imagine he was following Char's lead.
Then
so
yeah,
probably.
I would go back there. I'm going to use my portents, and that is a 17.
Was there anything magical about any of this, by the way? Because I've got it for a little while. Wait, or is it only 10 minutes?
I think it's 10 minutes. You still have it, we'll say. There's nothing in here that's giving off anything you haven't noticed before. Zem, you start glancing around the cell, and there's a small desk in the back corner. And you open the drawers, and there's nothing in them. But something tells you to feel up inside. And you notice that there's like a little ledge. What? You don't like my hand motion?
I don't.
Just like this? Sorry, this is a very somber moment ruined by Jen's dirty mind.
You're welcome.
But you put your hand inside the drawer and
Okay, I heard it that time.
It's not a hearing thing.
Anyway, you find some folded up papers.
So inside the desk, there was folded up papers.
Underneath got it. Okay, so I grab the folded up papers and I open them.
Okay. They are recipes for poisons.
Going to tuck them away. I mean, they all are. I'll shuffle through them all.
So there are 3 recipes on here, as well as some techniques that she uses. And on the final paper, you see that there is a note. And it is written to Char. And it says...
Oh, wait, I wouldn't... If it was addressed on the outside folded, I would have just...
So it wasn't. It's just written on the inside of the paper.
Okay.
So when you're shuffling them, you would see that there's a note for Char there.
Okay. So if I see it, I'm probably just going to quickly glance, but not detail read. So, I mean, if it's a couple, a sentence note or whatever, then I'll read it.
Yeah, it's only a couple sentences.
Okay.
And it says, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow at the trial. I'm sorry. Hopefully, if you find these, they can help you. Signed, Reese.
You hear a metal clang of a chair being thrown against a distant wall.
I'm gonna fold those and then go over to, like, refold them, go over to Char and hand them. We'll be right over here. Like, we're going, so we're not splitting up, period. But, like, we're gonna give you space.
Char, what are you doing in this moment?
I'm just double checking the body, making sure there wasn't anything else there.
It's dead.
There's nothing there. But you roll me an investigation check of the body.
9.
You notice that underneath her fingernails, there's skin and blood. She put up a fight against whoever was in here.
Good. I mean, fuck her, but good.
Char's gonna prop her up, make sure she's at least respected as opposed to just being kind of thrown the way that she was.
You do that.
And he leaves.
Rafe whispers to Zem, I don't understand. Who was she?
This bitch that tried to kill him.
You make very confusing friends.
Yeah. It was her sister that took the orb. She didn't believe us when we talked about who it was.
Awesome. All right, let's get out of here. And you all leave.
Imagine he was like, let's skedaddle.
Let's skedaddle, everybody. Not trying to end up with a hole in my chest. But you head down the street. And as you get closer, do you
Well,
need
I was gonna say, is Toriel's like office near the cell, or is it another part of the building? Do we remember?
You have to cross through the offices area to get
Okay.
to where the cells are.
Then we're good.
You want one last shower?
Well, no, I was just gonna say let's check Toriel's like desk if he had it, but if it's gonna be a little farther away, then we're good.
No, we passed through
You
it.
pass through it.
Oh, then yeah, I'm checking Toriel's desk.
Okay. I mean, the door's locked to his office, but it's up to you.
I kick it open.
All right, easy enough. It's not like a fancy lock. You kick the door open to Turiel's office. What are you looking for?
I'm making sure he's just not dead or anything, or if he had any letters or any kind of correspondence.
Okay. He's not in here dead, so that is not something you have to worry about. You look on his desk, and mainly it's just plans for the security for the party. Guest lists, people he's double-checked multiple times. Correspondence with the palace asking for more guards to be sent.
Any correspondence with Istin?
Yeah, there's probably some information there.
I'll take those.
Okay, sure.
And then I'm just double checking the desks, seeing if he had any of Reese's stuff that was taken from her.
Not here in his office, no.
I want to make sure. All right, now I'm good.
Okay. So you head down the street.
I leave a little sticky note that says sorry on the door.
As you get to where the ship was, you see this is where most of the guards are. They're trying to set up a perimeter, but you know that it's basically worthless at this point because you know who did this. And you pass through. Unseen, nobody stops you. They're busy. Eventually, you get to the part of the city where the Elenistonome is, and you find a small inn, a couple doors down, probably where people stay for like graduations and stuff. You go inside. How many rooms are you getting?
1, 2.
Oh, I don't care.
Rafe gets 1 room, pays for it, requests 2 beds. You guys get taken to a room. And as you get in, he shuts the door and he's like, okay, nobody's leaving this room the rest of the night. Are we all in agreement?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You both can have the beds. I'll stay awake. It's fine.
You've been up for 3 days. You need to sleep. I need you at your best.
If you're going toe-to-toe with them on no sleep, and that was not one of the most well-versed ones, you're going to need to be at your best. Because he just kind of turns away and like sits down like the bed, like in front of the bed, and just kind of starts meditating to himself a little bit.
Are you okay?
No.
I would be scared if you were.
You should be scared.
He narrows his eyes and looks at you a little bit like,
I would be scared if you were okay.
Are you threatening me?
Yeah.
No, you should be scared that I'm anything right now because I'm somewhat calm. No. No, you need your rest.
We all need our rest.
Well, you guys can argue over whatever. I'm going to bed.
He's like, without even opening his eyes, starts just like, can you set alarm?
Yeah.
I'm at least going to stay up for a little bit. I need to address some things. And then I'll try to get some sleep.
Rafe, can you send a message to people that you just are aware of?
No.
Okay. What do you need from them?
To be able to speak with people?
Mm-hmm.
I can only do it because of magical items. I don't have any innate talent.
Do you have anybody in Saltspire that you can talk to?
I have people everywhere. What do you need to know?
I need you to get a hold of someone.
Who?
Gideon.
I don't know who that is.
He runs the Stain and Shine.
All right. I mean, Saltspire's not my city, but I'm sure I can find somebody who knows him. What information are you trying to look for about him?
To see what he thinks the garden is up to.
All right. I'll see what I can find out.
You're going to probably want to mention my name in that.
Okay.
He should have gotten a letter.
I will do so. Hopefully we'll get some information tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay.
Sharp passes out meditating.
Okay. And Zem, is there anything you do before you go to sleep?
Don't smirk like that.
So I'm gonna like lay there and pretend to sleep, but I'm not really gonna fall asleep. And then like, I don't know, maybe an hour or so later, I'm gonna send him a message.
Okay.
Well, he's like in the room.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. All right. And here's what it says.
I'm so excited.
I can't look.
I didn't picture our first night together to include another person. Join me in this bed. It's warm and we're safe as we can be.
So he's sitting at there's like a little table with a chair, and he's just been sitting there, and it looks like he's just thinking, but every once in a while you see him drumming his fingers on the table like he does when he's sending messages to people. And you say that, and you actually see him crack a smile for a moment, and he sort of like covers his mouth. And he stands up and walks over, and he lays down and just looks at you and is like, "You're supposed to be sleeping."
How am I supposed to sleep?
Like how people usually sleep. Like you close your eyes and then you think about sheep or whatever, and then you go to sleep.
All right, I'll try, but if you stay here with me.
And he puts his arm out to put it around you.
I'm trying to get him to sleep as well. Sleep.
Yeah. Yes. Sleep.
And then, yeah, and if I'll probably fall asleep at some point, but I'm really hoping that he falls asleep first.
You never notice him falling asleep before you fall asleep. But the evening passes. Nobody comes in and murders the three of you.
Woo!
Oh, wow. Thank you. You're so kind.
And you wake up. the next morning. Zem, when you wake up, Rafe is sitting on the edge of the bed, and he looks like he's thinking again about something. You both wake up at roughly the same time and see that he's already awake.
Did you get any sleep?
A little. I'm okay.
I'm just gonna narrow. I'm gonna arrow my eyes at him. I'm gonna narrow my eyes at him.
We'll burn that bridge when we get there.
Yeah. Like, all right. Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Because we can, I don't know, leave, I guess. Like, give you, I don't know.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just, I don't sleep as much as people do.
I'm gonna narrow my eyes at him again.
Sure. It's like, what are you? Like an elf?
Something like that. Are we going to the school?
Mm-hmm.
He does not have like pointed elf ears or anything like
That's
that.
why I'm just like.
All right.
I narrow my eyes at you.
I narrow my eyes.
Arrow my eyes.
Arrow my eyes.
Narrow eyes.
We're getting slappy.
Yes.
Woo!
So you all get up, do some morning stretches, head downstairs, out the door, go to the school. You walk in. It's not that busy today. It's like a lot of people didn't come here for some reason.
Didn't survive the night.
Yeah, it's like a lot of people didn't show up today.
Well, shit.
Wait a second. Just one more moment of me being fucking ridiculous before we get back into being serious. How hilarious would it be if we went back to the barracks and we were like, we're ready to train. Where is everyone?
Where is everyone? Isn't this what we do every morning?
Like, come on. I'm here.
Can we play that out for a little bit?
Where's Joe?
Joe, no!
Oh, no.
If Joe is dead, we riot.
Not any of these other much more important NPCs.
We cried already.
It's true.
But riot.
There was crying. So.
We have shed tears. We're ready for war.
You head to the magical section of the library where you've met up with Erevan in the past. And he's here.
Oh, thank God. I was gonna reach across the table and slap you. And he's not here.
Hold on, we long rested. The whole point was that we long rested.
Oh yeah, you need to do all your long resty things.
Okay.
You want to roll new portents for the day?
Oh yeah. Oh my God. It's not
sweet.
like I've had this character for a year now. 2 and 10.
It's not bad.
So you see Erevan is currently at the table where you saw him the first time, and he has maps and books spread out all around him. And he's deep in thought, working on something.
Shark kicks on the door. Where are we tonight? The 33rd?
The 33rd.
When he sees you all walk in, he kind of like jumps and looks, and he's just like, oh my God. He looks at you, Zamir, and he's like, I'm so glad you're okay.
I'm really glad to see you're all right too.
I mean, I left early. That looks suspicious. I didn't know what was happening. I've been here all day trying to figure out how to help Rina.
At first I thought it was the drugs, then it was real. Help me.
Have you made any progress? What are you trying to do here?
I don't know. I was looking at the old plans for the ship, trying to figure out how Istin made it. We didn't think it worked. How did he make it work? And then I was trying to figure out, like, okay, I know he figured out this tracking. We could figure out a way to track Rina. But, like, he's so far beyond everybody else's knowledge. And, I mean, that was obvious from the beginning, but it wasn't as scary when he was on our side.
Have you gone to his office? Like his...
It's completely locked down. The king was murdered last night. Nobody can get in the palace.
I wonder if we can bully our way.
I mean, I wouldn't try it.
With Toriel. The king's dead and the second is gone. Who's in charge now?
I don't know. This is a problem.
So
because the next person after that would have been Istin, and he's gone too. So
wait, so he's gone.
I mean,
Gone.
He's not in the city as far as we know.
So I'm just saying, Toriel.
Is that who would have been next?
I don't know, but he was the captain of the guard, so he would be over there, and we could talk to him and see if we could figure something out. Plus, he already knows things that we don't have to explain. I'm not saying this out loud.
Do you know who would have been in line for the next?
I don't think there is. I mean, we've never had to go beyond 3 people into the succession.
What was the purpose of this? Like, why would they have. Like, I understand if you don't like the king, but, like, to take them all out?
I don't know. I'm not a political strategist. It just seems like chaos to me.
Unless that is the point.
Are you familiar with the teleportation circles
Yeah, there's one here in the school.
to the other places?
They can go anywhere as long as we still have the other circles operational.
Do you know how to use them? Like send
Yes.
us? Okay. I'm done with my questions. Thanks, guys.
Are you looking to leave?
It's not safe for the people of this city for us to remain.
Okay. Yeah. That checks out.
Get out, bitch!
Are you going after Rina?
Indirectly.
Indirectly. She is a priority, but she is safe as long as they still need her. And she's smart, and she will know that.
Why did they take her anyway? If it was just chaos, they could have just killed her. I don't understand. And you hear Rafe, probably not loud enough for Eravon to hear, but like loud enough for the two of you to hear. He's like, the bargaining chip.
Yeah, and I'm going to not. I'm just going to be very vague with Erebon. So, like, we're not entirely sure yet. I'm sure that there's a reason, and I'm hoping that they make themselves a little more clear soon. Whoever they are.
All right. Well, I mean, I can send you. The circle's supposed to be locked down right now, but I have clearance and I can get you through.
We're thinking of more bail.
It's easy enough. That circle was used fairly frequently in the past, so it's probably still operational.
What? How would we know if it wasn't operational? Would it just not work, or will we freaking die when we get there?
Depends on how not operational it is.
I don't like that answer.
That's concerning.
But that one's probably fine. I mean, if you were trying to go to like Verrotten or something, I'd be a little more concerned, but
Hilarious. Nobody goes to Verrotten.
yeah, for good reasons.
Oh, very top. Okay.
That's where the orcs live.
Speaking of the orcs, they haven't been seen in the city, right?
Not that I know. That's the last thing we need, honestly.
Zem's going to try to save the second, and she's going to need a lot of help to do it. She's going to need spell paper and ink, and she's going to need to learn more powerful spells to be able to protect both her and the second.
I'm really struggling right now to not be smirking because I'm like, that's right.
He's like, well, look, I've already given her quite a few spell books to work on. I can give you some more paper and ink. I have that. But
Anything you can get together very quickly before you send us.
yeah, and if you're going after the ship, and he collects some of the notes he's been working on, he pushes them together and he hands them to Yuzumira. It's not exactly the work on graviturgy that you were expecting, but it's at least a start for you to understand how this works.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Is there a book on languages that you guys have somewhere?
Yeah, I mean, what language were you?
Didn't you give me one?
All of them.
I think you already gave me something.
Maybe.
I think we talked about it before, but I'm not smart enough to find it. Like
No.
a Rosetta Stone type book.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably not like a total Rosetta Stone type book, but there's definitely like, different like books on learning languages. So if there's like specific languages you're trying to learn.
I was trying to match it up to whatever was being said to Elias.
So if you bring that up to Erevan and try to recreate some of the speech, he might be able to help you figure out what it is. So what would I roll me like a performance check or something?
Oh, fuck you. Why is it whenever we're not in a danger situation or need to protect somebody from dying, I can't roll super fucking high?
Tongues. You gave me tongues.
Yeah, that's the
Performance 20 minus 1.
20 minus 1. That's pretty good. So you start
16 plus 4 minus 1.
you start trying to remember some of the phrases, some of the words, making these like guttural sounds. And he says, could be abyssal, could be there's another language. Like I think it's called deep speech. I would start with those two.
Okay.
You heard a human speaking this? A person?
An elf.
Neither of those things would be very good.
Great. I'll add it to the list.
I don't really know either of those languages. I took some linguistics courses just to help identify them. But abyssal, you're talking about demons and creatures like that. And if you're talking about deep speech, you're talking about... And his eyes kind of narrow, and he's like, those things out in the woods. What are they like again? You've seen them, right?
Yeah. He pulls out the jar container that has the eyeball and the goo.
The amorphous blobs of terror.
Everybody turns to Char. Why do you still have that?
Have you heard them communicate?
You mean screaming? Screeching?
But never with words, never with language.
Mm-mm.
Huh. All right.
Not that I'm aware of, anyway.
Okay. Well,
I'm sorry. I'm wasting time. We need to get down there now.
okay. You want to leave now through the circle? Or are you going...
Spell paper, spell ink. We'll leave.
Yes. And he just takes whatever he has in his backpack. We'll say it's like 4 reams of paper and a bottle of ink.
I take the whole backpack.
He just hands you the whole backpack.
I'm gonna hug him, and I'm gonna kiss him on the cheek, and I'm gonna just thank you. You've done a lot for me. You didn't have to do any of it.
I don't mind. I'm a teacher.
And you're a really
Kind
good
of.
one.
Thanks.
And when this is over, if I can find my way back here, I will.
I hope so. You have a lot of promise.
And I consider you a friend.
I consider you a friend too. Don't get yourself blown up or whatever.
I can't make any promises.
Char goes over to him, puts his hand on his shoulder. I didn't know you.
At all.
But thank you.
You also don't get yourself blown up.
Thank you, Aaron. I don't know you at all.
So he takes you up a bunch of these staircases. This place is huge. You probably go up like 20 flights of stairs. And so even your resilience Char is being tested, getting up all these steps. At one point, Zem, you are like out of breath, and Rafe leans down jokingly. He's like, do you need me to carry you?
Yes.
Do you need me to anything you want?
He leans down so you can get a piggyback ride up the stairs.
Amazing.
You notice he's never out of breath.
Is he breathing?
I don't know. Is he, Zem?
I don't know. I'm too busy thinking about all the scenarios that I can put that to the test in.
End of episode. No. What's the episode? Naked Gun? Just... all the crowd face palms at once.
You head into this room, and it's a circular room. And you see the ceiling has a bunch of like coffers in it. And each one of the coffers is lined with this reflective material. So there's little beams of light all over the floor. And on the ground, there is a large sigil drawn. And Eravon says, okay, this is the one that'll take you to more bail. It's just going to take me like 10 minutes to get this set up. So is there anything you need to do in the next 10 minutes? Get it done. Otherwise, he pulls out his little piece of chalk and he starts like going through and connecting certain pieces and getting ready to cast a spell.
Rafe tries to put me down. I don't budge.
Yeah, he lets go of your legs and then you're just like choking him and he's like, okay. He takes your legs back.
Shar thumbs through the book of Undercommon. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm going to inspect the other ones and see if there was any chalk drawn recently.
On the other circles, so they're in different rooms.
Oh.
Each room seems to have its own teleportation circle in it.
Are they open?
Are you going to check?
I mean, if it's a doorknob, yeah.
Okay. You walk over to some of these other rooms and you try them, and they're all open.
Yeah, I'm going to look around.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Oh, wait, I'm bad at these.
I'm gonna like nudge Rafe with my knee, like go over this way.
He's like, do I seem like a horse to you?
18.
A little bit right now.
He's like, people are scared of me in Ocean Guard. They think that I am some kind of evil crime boss. People run away when they hear my name.
I know. What?
I'm imagining Zem like seeing like a childish tantrum, just like they're afraid of me.
No. I'm more like, what do you think it is I like about you if it's not that?
I just, I think that it's very odd to be treated this way when you've been feared for so long. But he doesn't put you down. He keeps like walking around with you on his back.
You're
But
welcome.
did you say you
18. Again, when it doesn't fucking matter and we're not talking about life and death, I can roll really fucking well.
So, you go into the other rooms, and none of them look like they've been used recently, except one that, you can't identify where it goes. There's one that looks like it may have been used recently.
I'm not going to interrupt the spell, but I'll ask as soon as he's done with it.
Okay.
People think I'm scary too,
Oh, yes.
Shar stickers.
Terrifying. You're very scary, Zamira.
Maybe not to you.
I'm going to look at Char. Char, you scared of Zamira?
No.
See? Not scary.
Ask us, not Istin. Eravon.
Eravon, he's like, I'm busy. I'm trying to do this. And he goes, are you scared of Zamira? And he's like, a little bit. A little bit. He's drawing a circle.
Realizes we were at the party, realizes we survived. You know what? Yeah.
This is not the first time I've scared the shit out of him either, so.
I'm aware.
He stands up and he dusts off his pants a little bit. And he says, well, okay, it's about to go. Are you all ready?
No, where does that one go?
See, that again, this is when we need to be recording visually so people can see the expressions. He looks over and he's like, that one? Tell Nim, maybe?
Tell Nim. Hold on, pause, because I need to look at a map.
It's the Drow village. Or city or town or metropolis, whatever.
Why do you ask? Hurry, I'm trying to hold on to the spell.
Send it. And on the way through, I'm like, because it was used recently, and just walks through the teleportation.
Okay. And you just hear, well, fuck. As you disappear.
End of episode.
And that's the end of the episode. As you disappear and get yourselves blown up trying to use a teleportation circle to get yourselves to more bail. We'll see you next time with new characters. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Wait, what? And now a promo for the Big Campaign Podcast. You can find them on Twitter at Big Campaign Pod or their website at www.bigcampaign.com.
Hey everybody, my name is Jeff, and I run the Big Campaign Stories podcast. Our story focuses on 4 people working at a repo company, trying to keep afloat among a corporate dystopia and crushing debt. The world is one that we have been playing in and working on for a long time. The current homebrew setting is played with Pathfinder 1st Edition rules, but with more of a modern feel to it. Think something like Blade Runner or Snow Crash, but with magic. We try to release every Thursday, and when we cannot, we come up with small side episodes focusing on each character to help expand the world and lore. So, if you like greasy breakfasts, people trying to pay bills, and the occasional Lovecraftian monster, give us a listen. Alright, thanks.
Our theme music was created by the incredibly talented Isaac Vyers. Our character art, found on slaythestars.com, was created by the wonderful Cam Gonzalez. Slay the Stars is made possible by the audio engineering wizardry of Arthur Polino, graphic artistry of Jen Kearney, and the production wisdom of me, Leah Hemrick. Thanks for listening, and as always, per somnia ad astra.